Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Smash the like button if you love me. Subscribe if you're new. Please have your say. I've tried to keep out and keep my YouTube platform out of the sale of Manchester United. I finally can't zip my mouth anymore. And if you follow me on Twitter, you know I'm a very opinionated SOB. So there's this whole situation with Qatar and Jim Ratcliffe. I think, look, the problem is with all the media and the fan channels, they're not talking. The media are not from the financial sector, so they don't know how this process works. So they're just feeding you opinion and biased, which is what Access Media do all the time. The fan channels are like whores in the red light district, basically. They're just basically saying, hey boys, look what I've got. It's all, it's all first titles, it's all clickbait. We all know it, right? And they'll say anything to stir you up, to kind of garner you into giving them the interactions they're desperate for. But I want us to have a proper constructive kind of conversation about this, because I too talk to people from the financial sector and they have explained to me the situation and how this kind of process works, because I don't know how this process works. You don't know how this process works because you've never fucking sold a club for nearly $6 billion fucking dollars, right? So you don't know how it works. So like concept number one, which is foreign to most people talking about this, the Glazers are business people. They're a business family. They bought something. Yes, they bought it on debt, as immoral as that is. It's theirs. That's how the law states. And they're allowed to make as much money as possible from this. You can't blame them for that. You can blame them for running Manchester United into the ground. I don't want them here. I want a full sale. Let's be absolutely clear about that. But there's talking facts and there's talking from bias. And the media are biased. We know they're biased against Qatar. But here's the thing I want to tell you right here and right now from the people I've been speaking to from the financial sector. One thing is for sure. Qatar are going to own Manchester United one way or the other. What about Sir Jim Ratcliffe? I'm going to make an audacious statement. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has no intention of buying Manchester United, not even 50%. It wouldn't surprise me if Sir Jim Ratcliffe is like the Glazers' mule. He's the one there just to pump up, squeeze more money from Qatar. Don't you understand what's going on here? That's the game. Every time Qatar make a bid, publicly, the Glazers may go for an investment. They may do a deal with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Can't you see what's going on here? The Glazers are trying to squeeze Qatar for everything they can get. That's what this 11th hour bid is. Qatar are not just chucking money at the Glazers. They're not just going to say, take 10 billion, because they could do that. They can afford to do that. That's not going to happen. It's a power struggle. It's a public kind of war between the Glazers and Qatar. And the Glazers are going to try and squeeze them for as much as possible. This is why you keep on hearing all these reports, because Access Media are also working with the Glazers to squeeze as much out of Qatar as possible. So every time you get these reports, when you see all these fan accounts, Man United fan accounts saying, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is the favourite. He ain't the favourite. He's got no intention of buying 50% of Manchester United or 30% of Manchester United. It's not going to happen. He wasn't a serious bidder for Chelsea, and I don't think this guy has any intention or any chance of buying Manchester United. I don't even think that's his intention. I think the whole thing is here, it's a collusion to make sure that Qatar give the Glazers as much as possible. Now, this morning we've heard another report that an announcement could be made this week, but we're hearing that every week. And I don't think there will be an announcement until the Glazers get what they want from Qatar. Qatar are not going to walk away. They're quite happy to have this power struggle, and they're not going to give too much to buy the club, but they're not going to walk away from this as well, because for Qatar, this is a Man United fan. He wants this club. He wants to pump money into the club and do the right things. Now, obviously, this ain't the perfect situation for United fans. Clearly, obviously, Qatar are a problematic entity, but basically, you can take it from me, Bubba. There's only one people, company, or however you want to see Qatar, that's going to buy Manchester United, and it's going to be Qatar. There's no other offers. It's them or the Glazers, and the Glazers have to go. The Glazers cannot afford to run Manchester United anymore. So this bullshit you're hearing about 25% and Ineos running it and investing more money and blah, 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 it's not going to happen. It's all a facade. Qatar will own Manchester United, but it may not be for a very long time. It may be a situation where Man United have to be owned by the Glazers during this transfer window. And we've all spoken about the problematic situations in that, but there's going to have to be some kind of transfer business. We're talking about 100 million. That's what we're hearing right now. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I think that the Glazers will be, let's say, get their money back on whatever they spend. And I think there'll probably be an arrangement with that as well. This is how, when you're dealing with, filthy rich people never lose any fucking money unless they're stupid. And the Glazers are not stupid people. The way they bought Manchester United was very intelligent. They've sucked Manchester United dry of a lot of money. That's why us, the fans, despise them, as well as the other stuff they've tried to pull. They haven't developed Manchester United. They tried to do the Super League. These are the worst type of owners that you can have. But it's not a case of us driving them out any longer. We've done that with the 1958. We've made it impossible for them to remain at this club. This club is now worthless to them. The only way they can make money from this club now is to sell it. But, they're not going to give it away. They're going to stay until Qatar give them what they want. And I'm telling you again, and I repeat, every time you hear Sir Jim Ratcliffe or investors, it's just to squeeze Qatar for more money. So if you want Qatar in, be very excited. Qatar will come in. I'm sure of it. And if I'm wrong, I will hold my hands up. But from the people I've spoken to, that's the feeling I'm getting, that Sir Jim Ratcliffe isn't a real threat. It's all bullshit. I could be wrong, of course I could be wrong. Everyone's wrong, it's all right to be wrong, but that's how I see it right now. Because if they're working with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, if they want Sir Jim Ratcliffe, at the very least, the way it works is they can accept Sir Jim's offer right now and start having direct talks. Because an announcement doesn't mean it's happened. And you can have an announcement that they accept the bid, and then Qatar can come back in with a super bid, and then they accept that. So if they were so sure that they wanted Sir Jim to buy the club or buy 50% of the club, that's what they do. But they're not doing that because Sir Jim Ratcliffe isn't going to buy Manchester United. That's my opinion, and that's the intel I'm getting. If you're getting any other intel, please let me know. But I am a Man United fan. I do Man United videos now and again, but we are normally about, I love DC comics, I love DC movies, I love DC TV shows, and that's what I talk about normally. But now and again, I do the odd Doctor Who video and the odd Man United video, because I love Man United. And of course, this is sale of the century. This is the biggest moment, one of the biggest moments in Manchester United's history. And by the way, before I go, the treble was the greatest achievement in club football history. It doesn't matter if City do it. It doesn't matter if they don't do it. We did it first, and we did it by bringing in the kids and buying players on bargain basement funds. Sometimes we broke the transfer fee, absolutely, but sometimes we brought your Cantonars in, who wasn't there when the treble was won. But without Cantona and what he did prior to the treble, we would never have won the treble. Man United did it first, and we did it the best way possible. In fact, I'm going to go and watch the treble season right now. This has been Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss his beautiful perfection. And I'll see you again in the next video. Until I see you again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.